be, guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another NECA Toys action figure review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last Ronin armored version. I have not read the IDW comics. I need to, though, because, yeah, before I had kids, I was really on top of all those comic books, and I would like to catch up and read this storyline. So I'm going to probably order a trade paperback. Anyway, you can see there's a whole bunch of product shots on the back of the packaging, and then there's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Both sides have some nice looking artwork, and then on the top it says The Last Ronin, and then on the bottom you can see all the people responsible for creating the figure, and then you have some Velcro keeping this attached right here, and you get a nice looking product shot right there, and there's the figure inside. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open, but first, if you're trying to get your NECA toys, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's the figure out of the packaging, and I gotta say, it does look very, very cool. I'm not really familiar with the stories. I do need to read, as I mentioned, but this looks awesome as a figure. I'm liking what I'm seeing very much, and we have quite a bit of accessories to look at. So let's get a closer look at all of those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. Wow, that's a lot of accessories, right? I like that we get 3 sets of hands: fisted hands, weapon holding hands, and the wide open hands. You have all these weapons, 2 interchangeable heads, but I mean, look at the sculpt and paint detail, man. These look fantastic. I really like them a lot. I do recommend heating up the figure and the accessories before really using it and getting him to hold things and stuff. He has this unique weapon right here, this baton, anyway, and I think it looks really good. So I do love that gunmetal gray, and it looks like you have a little bit of black wash in here too. I really like that a lot. And then you also have this grapple claw right over here. And I love the bright silver paint apps. You could see him using it right over here on the edge of this dio that we got over here from Graves Dios. And then he does come with 4 ninja stars, 1 for each baby turtle up, and they are sharp and pointy, so very cool. He also has what I think is a mine or a smoke bomb of some sort, I think, right here. I don't know. I really would like to pick up a trade paperback. And then you have the 4 turtle weapons. So as the story goes, this is like the surviving turtle, and the other 3 are gone. I'll save the spoiler for later. I was spoiled a while ago, but I love the silver paint apps right here, and I love how the wrap looks for the handle. Looks absolutely fantastic, and you can just go ahead and store the one side in the front right there. Then he also has his nunchucks, which have a nice black wash over the brown, and I love the details right over here with the sculpt, and you have a real metal chain right over there. I get a little confused as far as where this is supposed to be stored on the very back, but I tend to go with this one right over here, and that works out okay. And then we also have the bow staff. Also looking really good. Nice paint apps. I love the wood grain sculpt and paint detail. Even at the end right there, it looks very realistic, I think. Yeah, so that is very cool. It does not split in 2, which would be easier, I think. But yeah, if you want to weave this in, and this has some string right here, which is a little gripe of mine. I feel like this is going to get ripped apart very easily, and you know, again, heating things up is going to work to your benefit. So it is a tight squeeze getting that through there, but it does work, and that's how I end up using it for storage. You also have your katana sheath, and the katana looking really cool, so I like this. Maybe it's technically not a katana, but I love the silver paint apps. Looks really good. It is missing a little bit of paint right over here, or you could say that's on purpose, but I don't think that was on purpose. And then the sheath can go ahead and store right next to the bow staff, so I tend to just weave through. This is a better angle right here, and just weave in like that, or you could have it face the other way, but that looks pretty good having him have that all stored on his back. Then you have the 2 head sculpts over here. If you don't already know, which turtle are you guessing it is, huh? Which one are you guessing? Huh? My guess is Leonardo, but that's also my favorite turtle, and I really like the paint apps. Very comic looking and everything. Even though I haven't read the books, I do appreciate the style of it. And then here we have the much angrier head sculpt right here, looking badass. Really like both of them. And then he comes with 2 bandana pieces. You have one that just sticks out like that, and then you have another one that you could use to go ahead and store off to the side, or have it swinging off to the side. And then you also have these goggles right here, which do look pretty neat. I like them, even though I feel like the red paint is a little heavy-handed. I think this is the bottom right here where you see a little bit more of a gap for the nose. That seems to fit on a little better. This elastic band is tricky to work with, but it will work. You know, just have to position it correctly and it will work. Then you have the hood right over here, which I like how it has a little port in the back that goes into that little bandana spot, and that fits there nicely, so you can have that option as well. And by the way, this is sculpted and painted really well too. Really love how it came out. So the figure does look really good with the head sculpt on there, and he's a little bit hunchy looking. I mean, he's supposed to have a turtle shell back here, right? So it makes sense to me. Looking at these shoulder pads, I do love the different colors that we're seeing right here. Well, it's two-toned, and you have some black paint on it as well. So I think that looks really neat, and I love the texturing that we're seeing right over here throughout. Gets a little gappy around the elbows, but I like having the articulation to go along with it. The elbow pads, all the pads, paint apps sculpt throughout just look fantastic. I love these forearm guards right over here. Again, the hands look really good. Nice wash right over here with the leathery belt details. I really like the aesthetics of this figure quite a bit. My only real gripe is this rope right over here. It just seems like it's going to break easily, but so far it has not broken on me, and I did take plenty of pictures. So, you know, take note of that. You know, I did take the pictures. I guess the baton is supposed to go in this one right here, or maybe the nunchucks there and baton right over here. I think I may have gotten that screwed up. And there's no real storage for the ninja stars. But yeah, looking at the gi over here, I really like the details of it, man. Looks fantastic. I love that hard black lines with all the nice textured realistic details. It's a very cool combination of comic and looking realistic at the same time. I think it's dope. And then looking at the knee pads right here, I like how they're asymmetric and not the same on each side. You can see pins sticking out, so that, you know, can be annoying. And then you could see right here on these leg wraps look really cool. Dang, yeah, I like the paint detail right here. That looks really neat. And then there's your turtle toes, not looking too bad. And you do get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Wow, and we even got a paint detail right here at the bottom of the chanclas. Very impressive. So I gotta say, I do like the articulation on this figure, but at the same time, it is not the most posable figure. Like, if you try to get this figure in a jump kick kind of pose, it's not gonna work out for you, but I still had a lot of fun posing it around. You can't move the head upward that much. Of course, that's with the hood off, and it doesn't really look down that much. You do get side-to-side motion, and it does have a weird angle to it when I have him looking side-to-side, so that can bother me a little bit. It does have head pivoting right over here. The shoulders will move outward. Again, heat up the figure before you pose it around, but it will move outward that far. See what I mean? It doesn't get all the way out to the side. You can rotate forward. You can rotate back that much. No bicep swivel, but you do have swivel above the double jointed elbow and below the double jointed elbow. You also get the double jointed elbow right there that bends in more than 90 degrees. Then all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You do have a diaphragm joint that you could use while still, or waist joint, I'm sorry, while the thigh is still attached right here. You get some diaphragm pivoting, and he crunches forward a bit and back a bit. You get legs that move outward that far. We still have that thigh attached, by the way. Legs move outward that much, and he will kick forward that much and back. Upper thigh cut. We have the double jointed knees that do bend in that far. We have ankles that turn side to side. They do move down. They do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this last Ronin figure, you can see that he is standing just a bit over 6.5 inches tall. And if you don't want to get spoiled by who this actually is, then you could stop watching the video now or skip to the end or whatever. But if you don't care about the spoiler, well, I'm going to give you a warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Mikey! And I don't know who graciously spoiled this for me, but yeah, I wish I didn't know. That's why I gave you guys the spoiler warnings. But yeah, here's our Mirage Comics NECA Toys Michelangelo from way back when. Still a dynamite figure. Thank you so much to the person who gifted me the 4-pack set. And yeah, they don't match up in size, but that's okay. I mean, I still haven't read the books, and it's supposed to be an older version, right? So, yeah. And then here's the last Ronin, next to a couple other Michelangelo figures from NECA Toys. We have the 1990 movie version, and we have the cartoon version. And then for a Ronin figure comparison, you can see we have our TMNT Ronin, and then we have the Avengers Endgame Ronin right over there. Well, of course, the Hawkeye head sculpt. And then here's the last Ronin, next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ooh, which Ninja Turtle are you? Because I know there's only one left. It's Leonardo. Oh, no, okay, Donatello! Oh, Raphael? Is that you? Oh, no, oh, Michelangelo. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Hey, on the bright side, you don't have to share any pizza, huh? Okay, a little too soon for that, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. The notification bell helps too, but mostly that doesn't really do anything. If you hit the like button and watch the videos, though, hey, that means a lot. And this figure is really cool. I feel like it took me a while to get it, but I have it, and I really like it. It was just one that I really wanted to get as soon as I had seen promo images for it, because I just thought it looked badass. Again, haven't read the story, need to read the story. I really want to read the story, because, yeah, Eastman and Laird's books, I mean, I think it's just mostly been Eastman from IDW. I stopped reading comics, or new comics, several years ago. I would love to catch up because I really loved that TMNT title, and I'm really curious to know what this is about because, yeah, I really need to read it. So I'll pick up the trade on Amazon or something. And as far as the figure goes, I think it's quite spectacular. I don't have many gripes about it. I mean, yeah, the articulation can be limiting in some parts, but I do get used to that with my TMNT figures. Like, unless it's an import figure, I don't expect a crazy amount of articulation, so I feel like this still offers more than most of the NECA TMNT figures I've gotten, and I gotta say, with how awesome it looks, I'm just floored with it. Just that alone is just amazing. So, the price point around 35 to 40 bucks. I'm gonna give this last Ronin figure a Sun rating of...
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think. The figure's held up. Any concerns for breaks? You know, I haven't experienced that so far with mine, so I've had a great time with this figure. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at ToyNewsI.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. This Thursday, we'll be having another live stream over there. If not, I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.